Hey guys, it's Silver Daisies, and yes, you read that title right. Not one, but two stalkers. Okay, so this year I just started at varsity. Now I've never traveled in my entire life. Like grade R, it was transport. Primary school, I used to go with transport again. High school, it was boarding school. So I've never had to do that commuting to school and back home. But this year, since I didn't get res at varsity, I had to. And trust me, my campus is very far from my home. So I take this certain route on my way to catch the bus that goes to campus. And the thing is that, like, there's only, okay, there are other roads to that same way, but they're longer and take more time. And if anyone has ever used Golden Arrow services, you know that bus doesn't wait for you. Sometimes it comes so early and you see it just right past you and it leaves you, and then you have to catch the next bus, which could take up to half an hour, and then you're late for your first lecture. So there's a specific route that I take down, and I always used to take it. And like I didn't see any problem with it because like there's a lot of people who use it to commute to work in the morning, even to school, Ooh, even to school. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. So little did I know that somebody was studying my routines. So one morning, no, it's morning, afternoon. So one morning, I why do I keep saying morning? One afternoon, I come back. I am tired. I'm holding my textbook in my hand. I'm just thinking, because the thing is that from my house to walk down to the bus stop, it takes like 15 minutes because there's no bus that goes to campus that goes directly through my road. So I'm like, oh my god. And like the thing is that I have to like what do you call this? Like the road is like steep, like it goes up like that. Oh my gosh, my earring. Let me just pop that back on. Good as new. Okay, so the thing is that yeah, I'm walking up, I'm tired. It's about like 5, going to 5-ish, and then I get approached by this guy and he's like, hi. So I'm like, okay, hi. He came out of this other coffee shop that is along the way. So I'm like, hi. And then he's like, my name's Jonah or something with a J, I can't really remember. So I'm like, oh, okay. Nice to meet you. Just because I'm thinking in my head now, just because you told me your name doesn't mean that I must tell you my name. So he's like, oh, what's your name? So I'm like, I thought of like a quick name to just use out of the blue. So I'm like, oh no, I'm Joanna. And then he's like, oh, nice to meet you, Joanna. And then somebody just walked past and distracted me, sorry. Um, and then he like was asking, no, he didn't ask, he told me. He's like, so I've seen you walking up and down the street quite a few times, and I'm like, oh, okay. I think he thought that it would be flattering or something, didn't think that he notices me, but I was like, alarm bells were ringing in my head, cling, 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 cling. Somebody that notices you every time you walk up and down. And then I was like, oh, is it? He's like, yeah, I especially when you're coming from school. Okay. And then he's like, do you live around the area? I'm like, you know, when you don't point to a specific location, I'm like, yeah, there, somewhere there. And then there's a certain road now that I have to cross to go into my street. And then the robots were green, like for me to walk, but I'm still standing there, like I'm not going to show you specifically where I live because he was literally walking next to me. And then I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and finally he takes the hint that leave. So he leaves. Okay, sure, done. So the next morning, like, did I wear a hoodie or something? I don't remember, but I remember I tried to disguise myself. It it's like he knew the outline of my body, because I hear somebody running behind me now. I hear footsteps, running footsteps. So I'm thinking, no man, it's probably just somebody who's late for work. And then they stop right next to me. God, I pray that it's not who I think it is. And he's like, hi. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, hi. And then he's like, oh, I just wanted to say, I hope you have a good morning. So I'm like, okay, you too, bye. So okay, I take the bus and then I go, done. And then I come back the same, is it the same afternoon or the following day's afternoon? And then he walks up to me again and he's like, oh, yesterday, no, it was a few days after that. He's like, yesterday, did you not go to school? And I'm like, why would you think that? And he's like, no, because I didn't see you working in the morning. Now the thing is that this earring is gonna irritate me. I don't know what is wrong with it. Is it the curve? Okay. Now I don't know. Oh, good. Backtrack. So the thing is that before that day that he's talking about, I went to campus late because I didn't have any early morning lectures. So obviously you didn't catch me. So I'm like, so he knows the times that I go to school, what time I come back, so that he can see me all these times. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to change my tactic. I need to change my route. And then I started going a different route and I started avoiding him. Sure, stalker avoided. And then there was this one time I was running late. Oh my gosh, I literally, because usually I phone my cousin, because we go to the same varsity, take the same bus, whatever. So I usually phone her and I'm like, is the bus coming? And she literally told me we're like 10 minutes away, and I was sprinting down that road. And then he comes up alongside me and he's like, oh, I bought you chocolate. And it's not just like a slab of chocolate, it was that Oreo chocolate covered slab, that big one. And I'm like, no thank you, I'm okay. Because like I was really in a rush, like I didn't have time to talk to him, and I don't know why he bothered me when I could see I'm in such a rush. So I never took that route again, and then that was like stalker number one avoided. Yeah. Okay. So this one morning, ooh, my leg is getting pins and needles. Let me say it differently. Okay. So the few weeks later, yeah, I'm coming out of my complex, because in Cape Town I live in like a complex where there's like three flats. How do I say it? Three buildings consisting of flats in one. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. And then one of the uncles that lived downstairs from us was like, oh, get in the car, like I can give you a lift. And I was like, oh, I didn't have to walk this morning. So it was up until then my day was, because like I saved myself a 15-minute walk and energy, literally. And then I go to the bus stop and then this other dude approaches me. He's like, hi. I'm like, hello. Because like he didn't seem like dangerous or anything. And then he's like, oh, you know what, I've actually been noticing you a lot. Like I see you in the bus, you and this textbook of yours, because I have a very specific textbook. It's very big and it does not fit in my bag, so I carry it like in my hand all the time. And he's like, I've just been noticing you and this textbook of yours, and I see you sometimes and I want to say hi, but like you're always with your friends or I never have the opportunity to. And I'm just like, here we go again. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like how do you respond to that? Do you say, oh, thank you, like, oh, okay, that's creepy, like so he's like, yeah. And then he was telling me his whole life story. I am just, when you check the timing, like, when is this bus coming? And the bus was late. Like the one time I wished it was early, it was late. why golden arrow? Why do you have to do me like this? So he's like, oh, my name's Cameroon. So I'm like, oh, okay. And he introduced himself in the beginning of the conversation, and then he started going along saying he's involved in this church stuff and everything. So I just started replying. I'm like, okay, because like literally you can't avoid these people. Like he would. So, and then he's like, conversation takes a turn, and he's like, I hope you're not one of these people that like partying. He says it as if like he has control over me and says that I shouldn't be doing these things. So I'm like, that's when I started getting scared, and I was like, no. And he's like, good. So I'm like, hey, wow. I have a psychotic stalker dominant control, I don't know what, on my hands. So then he's like, do you remember my name? No, this is at the end of the conversation. He's like, do you remember my name? And I'm like, it's Cameroon. He's like, yeah, it's good that you remember. I was like, yo, when is this bus coming? Save me, save me. I literally, when I got on the bus and I was sat next to my cousin, I was like, cuz if I ever go missing, these are the names of the people that have been stalking with me. One of them is sitting right there in the seat in front of us. Look at his face, so that if I ever go missing, you know where to find me. And yeah, like, or like on a serious note though, like it's very easy for somebody to follow your routines and stuff if it's something that you do all the time. Okay, that's what routines are, but I mean like it's easy for them to know like your routines and know that, oh, she takes this bus, she goes up this road at this time, she does this. So like in general, just be careful about like you just be aware, because I was really unaware that these people were following my every move until they came up to me and approached me. I would have never known if they didn't tell me up until this day.